today we were talking about the ease of doing business in Nigeria under the Nigeria SONCAP program. I'm very happy to have many people on board with us today. We're very lucky to have Marilyn Narapu with us. She's the Director General from NGCC. She'll introduce in a few minutes what they do at the Chamber of Commerce. We also have my dear colleagues Luciana Garcia Castellano, who's Business Development Manager for Europe, and Marcel, who's our VOC SONCAP Supervisor in Nigeria. Marilyn, I'll let the floor to you.
Thank you very much. Great. It gives me such great pleasure to welcome everyone this morning to this webinar and to introduce the Nigerian-German Chamber of Commerce, an organization that is dedicated to fostering business and trade relations between Nigeria and Germany. We started this organization. This organization started in 1986, and we have to date 160 Nigerian and German companies in our organization. Since foundation, we have played a pivotal role in facilitating partnerships, promoting trade, and providing valuable resources to businesses in both countries. As a bridge between Nigerian and German enterprises, we actively support the exchange of knowledge, which is why we're here today, technology and innovation. The Chamber offers a wide range of services, including networking opportunities, market entry support, business advisory, and cultural exchange programs, and also trade missions. So whether you're looking to expand your business into Germany or you're seeking to enter a Nigerian market, NGCC stands as an invaluable partner in navigating the complexities of this cross-trade, this cross-border commerce. We also play a crucial role in promoting innovation, sustainability, economic growth, and helping business in both nations to harness new opportunities in today's global market. So throughout this webinar, we're excited to explore the key topics that will strengthen our relationship between Nigeria and Germany, and we hope that we inspire more collaborations through this, collaborations that will drive positive change and growth in both countries. So thank you again for joining us today, and I look forward to a very engaging and insightful discussion. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this. We're very happy and very proud to have you on board with us. Just before we go into the next session, we have a Q&A tab at the top of your screen. So if you have any questions you would like to ask Marilyn or the rest of the team, Cotecna team, don't hesitate to ask your questions in there. It's at the top of the screen. You should see it. It should be written Q&A and a question mark tab. You can ask all your questions in there. We'll take them at the end of the session. Thank you very much. Luciana, the floor is yours.
Yes, hello. Good morning, everyone. For those who are a bit far away, very good morning. We are nearly lunchtime, so we'll try to keep it like speedy and nice for you not to wait too long before lunch. My name is Luciana. I am in charge of business development for Cotecna. I'm based in France. And I'm going to introduce you a little bit on the big concept of this webinar. We will not talk too much about Cotecna. The idea of this is to offer you and provide you with information and maybe generate questions, and we'll be afterwards very happy to support you, answer you, and help you with your business, existing or upcoming businesses with Nigeria. So we're talking about Cotecna quickly. We are an international company. Our head office is based in Geneva, Switzerland. I am personally based in France. We have offices worldwide, and our key business and our key activity is the inspection, testing, and certification that apply to a lot of industries. From our aim is to try to help you and exporters and manufacturers throughout the supply chain. So here is the little map where you can see that we are everywhere if you need any support, but I'll be personally the one that you will be able to get in touch with. This is about Cotecna. You'll see the figures, but that's not that interesting for today. The main concern of our webinar today will be the VOC, what is called VOC, maybe some of you have heard about this before. What is VOC? VOC is the name for the verification of conformity programs that exist since now nearly more than 20 years in Africa and Middle East. The idea of these programs is to verify compliance of goods that are exported. It's an international verification. Most of the time, and that's the case for our subject today, verification that is done prior to shipment. So when you are looking into exporting to Nigeria, and some other countries, of course, in Africa and Middle East, you may need to obtain this certificate and go through this verification of conformity little track that will enable you shipping smoothly your goods. So everything is done before shipment to obtain the green card of a certificate of conformity that enables you to clear your goods. So the aim of all this is to ensure safety of the consumers, of the environment, and protect either businesses and consumers locally in Nigeria. That is kind of, yeah. Quickly, I'll present you the stakeholders. So as explained, we are a Swiss company specialized in testing, inspection, and certification. And we are providing this service in the VOC field. But we are three stakeholders, to be honest, in this game, which are the government first, that accredit us or give us the right to do this verification pre-shipment on their behalf. There is you, the exporters that are in Europe or worldwide looking into exporting to these countries. And there is us that will, our aim will be to accompany you to fulfill the requirements, have it as this export as smooth as possible. We know that when you close a business, then export is the last step of all this, and we need to make it very smooth for you. So this is why we are also having this webinar, thanks to the NGCC. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to explain this so that you are a bit prepared, and then we'll be more than happy to accompany you and support you in your future or actual plans for export to Nigeria. And I guess, next slide. Why VOC? So I explain you that this is a verification of conformity that is done before shipment, and that is imposed by the authorities locally. That's the case for Nigeria, for many reasons that you can see in the slide that I will not go into details, but mostly is to protect the Nigerian consumers and also industries that are locally trying to grow and also trying to expand, so that we have products that arrive in good quality, and that in case of any accident, and I hope there will not be that many accidents in Nigeria, but if it happens, so that everyone is able to go back to the person that is responsible for this, and ensure that the Nigerian consumers are protected as they deserve to be. So here are the little explanation of what is a VOC in general. If you go into our website, you'll see that we have a lot of countries where we can support you, but we'll be focusing on Nigeria. And now I leave the floor to our expert, Marcel, who's based in Nigeria and is the king of the SONCAP detailed and program. So if the floor is yours, Marcel, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Luciana, and I'm indeed grateful for that introduction, and thank you so much to the rest of the speakers. Once again, good morning. I would say bonjour and guten Morgen to our German participants, and thank you all for joining all across the globe. It's actually been one that we would like to thank also just like you said, the Nigerian-German Chamber of Commerce for thinking it through to collaborate with us and also to sensitize and to make aware the Nigeria SONCAP program. So this webinar basically aims at demystifying that. So basically what you're going to get out of this webinar is understanding the SONCAP program, of which if you're still not clear, you can drop your questions. Just like Alex has said, there's a question box where you can drop most of your questions, and you can still follow up with us. Our contacts will be displayed for further follow-up as well. To dive into the topic of discussion, the crux of the topic, which is the Nigeria SONCAP program. it is important to note that the Nigeria SONCAP program is a mandatory scheme which was introduced by the federal government of Nigeria to ensure the quality and standards of all products that are imported into the country. Yeah, so when we talk about the Nigeria SONCAP program, the two things you need to put in mind is the product certificates, which is used to open your form at the bank, and then the SONCAP certificates, which is used to process PAL. However, we've come across various questions, and there has been this unclarity with regards to is it SONCAP that I need? Because we hear people that go to the bank and the bankers tell them that you need a SONCAP. So bear this in mind that the SONCAP is the Standard Organization of Nigeria Conformity Assessment Program, which is the program itself. And under the SONCAP program, you have two documentations, which is the product certificates and the SONCAP certificates, which SON is trying to actually revise the name to shipment certificate so that there will be less confusion with regards to that. We're going to be playing a short clip so that you also get to understand the difference between the product certificates and the SONCAP certificate. And afterwards, we're going to dive into further discussions as to the documentations, the fees, and the other modalities that pertain to this as well. Next, please. Okay, thank you so much. And so basically, that was just highlighting some of the differences between the product certificate and the SONCAP, which I'm also going to be reiterating as well during the course of these discussions. But certainly, one would ask, are all the products that are imported into the country, are they under the SONCAP scheme or program? Certainly not. But it's very important to note that about 70 to 80% of the shipments that come into the country are SON-regulated products. Now, with the exception of food products, which a lot of Nigerians know that this is gotten from NAFDAC, which is the agency that is in charge of that, as well as drugs, as well as military wares, which is gotten from the NSA as well. So you also have other agencies that are in charge of other products that are being imported into the country. But majorly about 70 to 80% of the items imported into Nigeria would certainly require you to obtain a SON product certificate. And that's why it's important for any major exporter from across the globe into Nigeria to understand the SONCAP program. Next, please. Now, under the product certificates, it's important to note that there are 4 different classes of product certificates. So you have these various routes that address different types of products, different types of exporters. Now, the first route which we're going to look at is the product certificate unregistered. Now, this is for infrequent exporters. And so let's just say I travel to Germany, for instance, and I see a Mercedes-Benz engine which I would like to procure, and it's just a one-time thing. I might not really know much about it, but because I'm looking to actually bring in the engine or an industrial machine from Germany into Nigeria, I would opt for the PCU because it might just be a one-time shipment in that case. Now, given that I'm actually an infrequent exporter, I'm going to fit more in the class of the PCU. Now, this PCU also accommodates high-risk products as well, because part of the necessary steps that Cotecna is going to ensure is that there's going to be 100% inspection before I ship these products out of Germany to Nigeria. So my class of product certificate type will be the route A, which is also referred to as the product certificate unregistered. Now you have also like frequent exporters who would like to export various times of the year to Nigeria. Certainly, they will need to opt for the product certificate registered because that best suits their needs in terms of the exports. And it's majorly used for low to medium risk products. And as well as the route C, which is the PCL, which is used for manufacturers. So this is used majorly for manufacturers that have various warehouses across the globe. Let's say I have a warehouse in Germany, I have one in South Africa, I have one in Belgium, and I decide I would like to ship from this, as long as my warehouses are stated under the classification of the PCL, which is the product certificate license, I can be able to ship from these various parts of the world to Nigeria. And also this is being used for low to high risk products. Part of what the PCL process entails is that Cotecna has to verify by conducting an audit at the manufacturer's warehouse to ensure that there's a quality management system in place. So this is kind of like the difference between the PCR, the PCL, and the PCU. Now, Son recently just came up with the PCX, which is the Route X. Route X is used and it pertains more to exporters of CNG and LPG related products. So if you're bringing in anything from gas cylinders, tanks, name it, as long as it falls under the CNG and LPG related products, you certainly need to go under the Route X. Prior to now, there was only the product certificate unregistered, the registered, and the license, which is routes A, B, and C. But with the introduction of the Route X, whenever you have a product that pertains to LPG and CNG, you would need to go under the Route X category. Next, please. So this matrix just basically shows how the various routes are classified. As you can see, what we do is that we look at the type of the product, we look at the profile of the exporter, we look at the frequency of the shipments, and that's why it's important to come to us because what we do as well is that we advise our clients on the best route. We don't just tell you, oh, obtain this. We try to ensure that we advise you knowing one, the frequency of the shipment, the type of product, the product risk as well. And therefore, we're able to advise you on the best product certificate route to obtain. For the product certificate unregistered, as you can see, it's important to note that an inspection will be conducted before your consignment leaves the country of export. So if I'm exporting an engine from Germany to Nigeria and I'm going under the PCU, certainly an inspection will need to be conducted before I'm able to export. Now, if I'm going under the route, the PCR, which is a product certificate registered, what is required is that the first shipment is going to be inspected. So at subsequent times, Cotecna would conduct random inspections when we feel best. Now, for the PCL, what we need to do is that we are going to conduct a factory audit. Once we conduct the factory audit, then within 6 months, we will then conduct one witnessing and inspection before your consignment leaves. Next, please. So just like I mentioned earlier, it's also important to know in classifying products, some products have been classified by the Standards Organization of Nigeria as life-endangering products. And now this category of products would not be able to go under the PCR because PCR, which is the registered PC, is for low to medium risk products. Now, the PCU can accommodate this product because 100% inspection is going to be conducted. For the PCL, which is the license, the manufacturer is going to be audited. So therefore, this class of products can only fall under the product certificate unregistered or under the product certificate license. And what are these products that are classified as life endangering? You have fertilizers, you have electrical switches, you have cigarettes, you have tires, cables. So these products which we know that are very sensitive to our everyday use, if gotten wrong, certainly needs to pass through more scrutiny, more inspection for us to ensure that they conform to either the Nigerian industrial standard or the equivalent international standard. Next, please. Next, please. Now, what are the products that are required for the product certificate? Now, at least there must be a product test report. So what we do, because we also get questions in some cases that, oh, they've not started the production, but there should be a type test report. Or what we could also do as well is that we could do a witness testing at that point in time, because we need to ascertain that the product meets standard. And also, moving further, if we're going to issue a product certificate registered, we need to ensure that there is a quality management system, which is ISO 9001. And we need to also ensure that these test reports are obtained from a 17025 accredited laboratory. We also need to, pictures of the product also helps us to see the product, the branding, and some other little information which might be little to you, but are very important for us to verify the conformity of the product as well. And then if we're going to be doing a factory audit as well, for some cases like the product certificate license and the Root X, a factory audit is going to be conducted in this case. And just like we mentioned earlier, once you've obtained your product certificate, with that, you can then move further to obtain your Form M at the bank. So bear this in mind, the product certificate is for the Form M. And after you've gotten the Form M is being sent to the exporter, either in Germany or wherever across the globe. And then that's when the final documents for the shipment are being prepared. It's important to carry us along at this point. And I say this to exporters especially. So we always advise to be in the loop of communication, so that way we're able to advise when best if we need to conduct an inspection, because in most cases, if an inspection needs to be conducted, we would not, if you ship without the inspection, we won't be able to issue you the SONCAP. And certainly you will not want to face the penalty to that. So we always advise that we are looped in so that we can be able to know if to proceed with inspections for the SONCAP. And then once that is done, these are the documents you basically need for the SONCAP: the Form M, the final invoice, the packing list, the product certificates, which we had issued to you earlier on, and you've used that to open your Form M, alongside with the bill of lading. So these are the list of the documents that you'll be needing to process your SONCAP for your PA. Your PA is the pre-arrival assessment report. It used to be RAP. And this is being used by customs to evaluate and to the value of the goods as well. Next, please. This is the fee structure. I'm just going to go through this briefly. For the PC is $500, the PCR is $1,000, and for the licensed PC is $2,000. For the SONCAP certificate is $350. SONCAP is per shipment. Just like we actually saw in the video, the SONCAP the SC basically pertains to every shipment because it actually has the bill of lading number, the container number, and the importer's information for that particular shipment. Next, please. The Root X, which is for the CNG and LPG, as you can see here, these are list of products that fall under the category of the Root X. We have the LPG, the CNGs, LNGs, the valves, the compressors, and the conversion kits. Recently in Nigeria, there's been a lot of importations of CNG products and LPG products, and this category of products, they fall under the Root X products, including the CNG cars and all that. They fall under this category of product certificate type, the Root X. Next, please. Yes, so not to take so much of our time, this is also the fee structure for that. We would also be happy to guide you as well with regards to the fees that pertain to your particular shipments. If you want to know more about the value of the product, the PC that you cost that you ought to pay, please, you can send us a copy of your invoice or your quotation, and we'll be happy to assist you with that as well. Next, please. Next, please. Yeah, so it's also important to note that all these costs that we've stated out are actually not being fixed by Cotecna. These fees have been fixed by the Standards Organization of Nigeria. So it cuts across board. What you actually get to see here is the fees that have been set by SON, of which if you go to their website, and which has also been updated in our website as well as to the fee structure for these various product certificates and SONCAP certificates as well. Now, it's important to know how SON treats consignment at the destination, because oftentimes a lot of importers have challenges, of which sometimes they call on us to come through for them. And it's pretty difficult when they've not gotten the step right. So it's important to know that SON would actually verify the product certificate that you have alongside with the SONCAP certificate that you have to ensure that the products are the same thing. They will also track to see when the consignment arrived. If the consignment had arrived before we issued the SONCAP, it's also going to be a problem as well for both the importer and also the IAF, which is independent accredited firm like us, who issued that. So that's why we always try to reiterate the need for importers to obtain their SONCAP before the consignment arrives destination. Next, please. Next slide. Yes, and once you've gotten your product certificate and your SONCAP, the next step is for you to activate it. Now, oftentimes we get the question, especially from importers who liaise directly with us, and they mention the fact that the product certificate is in the name of the exporter and not the name of the importer. And what happens is, once you have a PC from your exporter, you need to activate that with your tax identification number on this platform. Now, as you can see, by the left, you have click here to activate product certificate. That's where you go to if it's a product certificate. If it's a SONCAP certificate, you go to the next box, which says click here to activate the SONCAP certificate. And once you've done that, you go to the last box to retransmit. Now, this portal is being handled by SON, and of which we are always happy to assist most of our clients as well in terms of transmitting and activating the product certificates and SONCAP. So whenever you have any challenges, and good thing is SON has always been there to, to hear us whenever we call on them, and they've been very supportive as well with regards to that. So if you need us to help you or assist in transmitting your PCs or your SCs, we'll be happy to do that as well. Next, please. Next, please. Now, one would ask, why Cotecna? Cotecna has actually been at the forefront, especially in terms of our technical expertise, with regards to the VOC Nigeria SONCAP program. And we offer tailored support, just like I mentioned earlier. We don't just give a one size fits all solution, to all our clients. We ensure that depending on the category of products, depending on the frequency of shipment, depending on the risk, we try to advise best what the client needs to do as well. And we also go beyond our scope as well. We've had times whereby we've been called by various clients to say, oh, they have issues with either customs or with another agency. And we try to escalate either to the Standards Organization of Nigeria, and they've been very supportive as well. We've enjoyed a very good relationship with SON as well with regards to that. And also, we also even help some exporters, who are trying to either gain their feet here, depending on their country. So some of them, especially with what we actually do now in collaboration with NGCC, as you can see, a lot of German members are being sensitized on the need for obtaining the products, the PCs and the SCs, which is very, very key as well. And also we have digital solutions, which my colleague Luciana was speaking to, and also breaking down a lot of the innovative solutions that we brought to the forefront of the TIC industry. Thank you so much. Next, please.
Thank you. We will discuss a little bit quickly on our digital solutions. Of course, this is a requirement that is imposed to the exporters that are ready to ship these goods to Nigeria. We know that sometimes it can be scary, like I have a document to issue and how can I track it, and can I know what is the status of it. I've got my business with my Nigerian client that I need to follow in the rules and in the right track and deadlines. So this is why we created a couple of solutions, digital solutions. That's the 2020 new way of working. The first one is the customer portal. As explained, we are based in France. We are handling shipments from Europe, so also from Germany. We have locally inspectors that, of course, can perform inspection in Germany. That's, of course, there will be German people that you will be able to speak to, but our office that is centralizing all the shipments from Europe to Nigeria is in France. We've got the same time zone and etc. So there is, of course, the possibility to discuss via mail or phone or whatever, WhatsApp, the one you prefer. But we have also put in place this customer portal, which is a tool which is not mandatory. You can use it, either choose to use it or not use it. This is an online tool that enables you to post your request for a certification, follow the whole process where it stands. Has the inspection been performed? Not? Is it in process of documentary review? Is my certificate issued? Is it ready? You can just click on this little web tool. It's very easy. We've got also some like YouTube tutors that can help you to do that smoothly. But it's a tool that is at your disposal for free, of course. It's only if you need it. But it also enables you to, follow it from your desk, follow our work from your desk. The second one is the remote inspection that happened mainly during COVID, that we created the solution to be able to perform inspections remote by video when we had no opportunity to visit the manufacturing places for water at that time during the pandemic. So we have that also tool in place that enables us to perform inspection at distance. And we have also Cotecna I, which is a tool that we created to be able to also take the data from an inspection, track it, scan barcodes, release inspection reports and certificates very quickly, like online also. So we are trying to optimize it. If some of you are already using it, please feel free to also give us your feedback, because it's interesting for us to provide you with solutions that help you and not like that are useful and easy. So yeah, we are. I'll speak about my position quickly, and I'll be the one that will follow your request, questions, interrogations, doubts, if you need, from Germany, of course, with my team and all my colleagues in Nigeria. But please feel free anytime to contact us and ask for whatever question you may have. I'm in France. I of course speak French and English. I'll try a bit of German if you really would like me to do so. And I guess, yes, this is it. We will open the floor to questions, if any.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Luciana. Thank you very much, Marcel, and thank you very much, Marlene, for going through this presentation. It was very clear. We'll go to the Q&A that we've received when you registered first. Don't hesitate to add some others in the Q&A tab at the top of your screen if you have other ones that we have not covered during this webinar. Of course, as my colleagues have mentioned, you'll be able to reach out to us if you have any other further questions that we did not have the time to cover during this webinar. Okay, so first question. I want to confirm the difference between SONCAP and product registration. Marcel, I will leave the floor to you to answer that one.
Okay, thank you very much, Alex. Yes, we get this question a lot. So just like we've actually explained what SONCAP is, we also have what is the product registration. It's different from product certificate registered. Now, product registration is an importer registering their products with the Standards Organization of Nigeria, because SON wants to also keep track on which importer is bringing what products into the country, especially products that are for commercial purpose. So a product that, let's say I'm bringing in laptops for sale in the Nigerian market, it is important that I register that product with Standards Organization of Nigeria. Now, these are two different things in the sense that the SONCAP on its own is an import document, which must be gotten for the importer to be able to import their products into the country. But the product registration is not an import document, but it's a required document by the regulatory agency, which is SON, to enable SON keep track of the importers and what products they are bringing into the country. Now, there are benefits to that because SON is able to track and then trace, okay, this is the importer of this product, and then it can follow up with the importer if either there is somebody else that is forging their products or there are traces of any malpractices as well. I hope that just to clarify. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Marcel. I was going to say, welcome to IT World, where we've got some deployments to make on a computer. You managed to hide it away. Thank you, Dana, because otherwise you have to restart the computer, which would be a shame. Thank you. Next question, please. Thank you. Could you please clarify if indeed SONCAP certificate is needed for used medical equipment being imported into the country? Reasons being that Nigeria Customs still insists it has to be obtained no mining Nesria certificate. Nesri certificate? Not sure who mentioned it. Marcel, would you like to comment on this?
Yes, please. Okay, yes. So it's actually important to obtain SONCAP because don't forget, above everything, this is still a device. This is still an equipment. And the equipment was made based on a certain standard. And it's important that SON, which is the body of standard, who has given us the mandate to ensure that before these medical devices come into the country, that we do validate these standards to ensure that they meet up to either the NIS or the international standard. So yes, for medical equipment, you need to also get a SONCAP certificate. It's also important to note that some products are by agency in the sense that they need more than one regulatory agency to import them into the country. So you could have a product that needs both NAFDAC and both the SONCAP certificate as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. Let me go to the third question, please. Thank you. I would please need an update on SONCAP export process. Is it fully destination inspection? Luciana, can you take this one, please?
Yeah, of course, thanks. So I guess the presentation already answered the question, but maybe I will rephrase it again. The VOC, generally speaking, is a prior to shipment verification. So everything has to be done prior to shipment. There is no destination inspection. The also aim of all this is to be able to have smooth clearance if the goods have been verified first. Then once they shipped, there is no stuckage or demurrage or whatever problem at customs when goods arrive. So it gives you like a green card to enter the country quickly. So no, the whole process is done prior to shipment. Please prepare yourself. Call us even if it's an upcoming shipment that you'll have in a couple of weeks or months, please do not hesitate to call us first, and we'll discuss about the deadlines and how long before you need to prepare yourself and what is the documentation. Because once it's shipped, it makes it complicated a little bit. So we have to do it first, yes, before shipment.
Thank you for clarifying, Luciana. You go to the next one. Thank you. Okay, just regulated HS code list. I think someone just wants to know what are the regulated products under the SONCAP program, I suppose. Marcel, do you want to take this one? Luciana?
Okay, yes, I think we've actually talked about the products that are regulated under SON, and we already listed out the exempted products as well. So just to go back to question number 2, if you talk about used products in general, they basically fall under the NESRA as well. So sometimes as well, it's also important for people not to take at surface value what what is being told to them. It's important that either they come to us or they verify on the portal the documents that they need with regards to that. And also that also brings me to question number 4 as well. There's also a link which we share to most of our clients that our clients can also go to check on the trade portal as well, what products are regulated and which agency regulates what products. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcel. And last question. Okay, so how long will it take to obtain my SONCAP from Germany to Nigeria? Luciana, you're, let's say, the expert on that part.
On the European side. If we talk about SONCAP, it's kind of quick, I would say. So as Marcel explained, there are 2 steps. First one is the product certificate. Second one is the SONCAP. So if we talk about product certificate, when we receive the whole complete file, of course, once you contact us, we send you the exact list of documents that you need to provide. So it's kind of easy. That's not too much. There is a little guide also that explains you the whole process and requirements. You send us back the documents, we perform any physical inspection if needed, and you can obtain your product certificate after documentary review within a couple of days, I would say. Of course, it depends if you have 2 items to mention on your product certificate or if you have 1,000, but anyway, it takes a few days. We perform inspections, so that can take also a couple of days, a little bit more, depending on where the goods are located and if they are available for physical inspection. And then if we talk about SONCAP, once the product certificate is finalized, done and everything, I would say that a 48 hours deadline to obtain a SONCAP is quite the usual deadlines that we have, can be a little bit more. The idea is to obtain the more certificate documentation at the first step of all this collaboration, try to clarify all the questions before we arrive into the rushing period of I have to ship now. So again, I kind of remind it again, but it's very, very important from our experience since a few decades on this to say that discussion before you are planning to ship is crucial. The more you explain us how you work, what kind of products you are trying to ship to Nigeria, we will be able to guide you on the right track, right product certificate, applicable process, fees incurred, etc. So please feel free to contact us even much before you close the deal with your client in Nigeria. Please feel free anytime. But I would say that the global process, if everything is kind of clear, we can a week and a half to obtain the whole documents.
Thank you, Luciana.
Pleasure.
Okay, let me go to the Q&As that we have received. For now, I've only received one. So if you have any other ones, feel free to share. You've still got a bit of time to share in the questions. And again, if you don't have questions to ask now, but you have some afterwards, don't hesitate to send us some messages. Dana, can you go to the next slides, please, in the meantime? Okay, so this is our LinkedIn Africa. We've just launched a few months back. We encourage you to follow it because it gives you all the latest updates we have on Cotecna Nigeria SONCAP program and other services we offer in Africa if you're not only need of a SONCAP program certificate. Okay, and next slide, please. If you want to connect in another way, these are the global Cotecna corporate channels you can connect with us. You can also have access to the Cotecna YouTube channel, where we have a few videos like the one that you saw explaining the differences between a PC and an SC, what is an E-Form M, how do you obtain how do we get any kind of a document. So it's small videos that you can reach out, look at that. Thank you. And as I was mentioning, if you need to stay in touch with us, here are the contact details to reach out to everyone as part of the webinar. So you have the website address from Marilyn Rapoux, who's the Director General of NGCC. You have Marcel's contact and you have Luciana's contact as well. Okay, if I go back to the question, there is one question that we received. If a medical equipment, a medical device with regulated HS code is registered with NAFDAC, do we still need to comply with SONCAP? And how do we navigate this with the clearance body in Nigeria to show that our product have already been registered with NAFDAC? Marcel?
Yes. Okay. Thanks so much, Alex. And I think we've actually addressed something like this, in our previous question. And it's important to note once again that some products are actually by agency, in the sense that you can have more than one agency regulating that particular product. And such kind of products are also like the medical products. First things first is that they need to also obtain a product certificate and SONCAP certificate. It's very important that this is being noted because it is an equipment, it is a device. It is not a drug, it's not a medicine. So they need to obtain a product certificate and SONCAP. And then they might also need to approach NAFDAC. So NAFDAC would verify on their end if the product falls under NAFDAC scheme. But it's important to know that as long as it's an equipment, it's a machine, it's a tool, it's a device, you need to obtain some product certificates. I think that gets to clarify on that as well. And if you in case you're confused about what process to take, on that as well, regards to, we are happy. We've had cases whereby we've referred some clients to NAFDAC, to even the top managements there who have been able to help them and guide them through what the process is like. So yes, please. So thank you very much, Alex.
Thank you, Marcel. We've received another question, who issues the Form M and why is it required?
Okay, should I just take this?
Sure, please go ahead.
Okay, so the Form M is an import form which is issued by the bank. So there are three major documents that are required in opening a Form M. First is the pro forma invoice, which is being gotten from the exporter to the importer, and then a local marine insurance is also being obtained. And lastly, there has to be a regulatory document, which could either be the SONCAP, the NAFDAC, the NESRA, or the NSA. Now, it depends on the product. Just like we've said, about 70 to 80% of imported products into Nigeria, they require a SONCAP. So certainly, once you verify the agency that regulates your products, you will know where best to come to. And of course, Cotecna is happy to guide you in case you have any confusions about that. And once you send this document to your bank or you process it on the trade portal, Nigeria Single Window Trade Portal, you would obtain your Form M, which is the import form. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me check if we receive any new ones. Not yet. So I'll let you guys send questions if you have any, and I'll wrap up this session. I'll thank again our great speakers of the day. Thank you very much, especially to the Nigerian-German Chamber of Commerce for helping us host this great webinar. It was lovely to have you with us. Thank you very much, Marcel. Thank you very much, Luciana, for this.
Pleasure.